everyone. Welcome. Just doing a live to check in with you all. And I wanted to talk about what it looks like to have self-care during a pandemic. I know we're going through a lot. If you happen to be here, say hi in the comments and we can interact and chat for a few minutes. So I'm Julie Bieland and I'm a psychotherapist and I specialize in the trait of high sensitivity. And I have so much to share with you about what helps, and this is just a really crazy time right now. Everybody is going through something hard and everything is different, and we're having to adjust to a lot of changes, and nothing is really certain at this point for so many of us. I know, like for myself, I have a child still in school, and we don't know if he's starting school in person or online. My partner has a catering business that used to do big functions, big weddings, big huge events, and that's not happening during a pandemic. So lots of stuff are changing. Lots of things are changing, and lots of things are hard. We just did an episode on my podcast, on the HSP podcast, talking about anxiety today that I think you'll really like. You can go to hsppodcast.com to listen to that episode. But I also just wanted to take a minute to connect with you guys here in my community. I know it's been a while since I've done that. I've been busy in my sensitive empowerment community. I'm there every day and doing live events every day too, and trainings. So if you want to have more time together, that's a good place to be, because that's where I spend most of my time these days, really supporting that community. And there's so much that we can do. It's important to figure out what we need, really listening to our body. What do we need to be balanced? We, as sensitive people, we already have a lot of challenges living in a world that's not set up for our sensitivities. This is just 20% of the population. And especially those of us that score high on my sensitivity scale. And if you haven't taken my sensitivity quiz yet, that's free on my website, sensitiveconnection.com, and you can see how you score on that. It's interesting. It's like those of us that score really high on this quiz, we tend to have even more challenges than sensitive people that score lower. But we also have more gifts. It's just that it takes a certain type of self-care to support those gifts. So, and if you guys are here, say hi. And even if you watch the replay, say hi in the comments and I'll come back and check. And if you guys want, I'd love to hear what you're doing to cope. What are you doing that helps you really find balance during this time? I was just talking about this on my podcast episode today, about how in the past, if I had not had these kind of tools to support myself right now, I would be a mess. And that was because I used to have a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. I had a hard time coping with being so sensitive in the world. This is a sensory processing sensitivity trait. So I think a lot of times we don't even recognize that many times the sensitivities that we're having are the overload of the nervous system often happens because of the sensory sensitivities. And if we don't know that, then we're not able to, oh, that's my son. I forgot to turn my phone off. So one of the things is that we don't know if we are, what's getting us out of alignment. So getting clear about that. I have so much stuff on my website. I have a blog, podcast, articles, videos. There's just a lot of stuff on there. I also have a couple of courses that I really highly recommend that I have a huge sale on right now, because I know a lot of sensitive people are going through a lot and need the extra support. And it's so great because it comes, I've now done it where you can actually be a part of my sensitive empowerment community. Anybody can be a part of it, but if you also get access to it for free if you take one of the courses. So it's a great combination to be surrounded with other sensitive people. My sensitive empowerment community is a really special place where we really support each other a lot. I share about my experiences as a sensitive person and what I'm doing that helps. Really finding balance is going to be a big part of that. We have to figure out, how do we balance a sensitive nervous system? How do we balance the stress that's coming into our lives right now? And, we hear this message a lot that they say sensitive. I hear this so much that people tell me they've been told the message that self-care is selfish. That is so opposite to the actual reality. It's actually selfish not to do self-care as a sensitive person, because if you're not balanced and well, you're not able to help others in the world and make a difference in the world and be there for your families. And I had to learn those same tools to be able to be that kind of a support in my family, to help my children, my partner, my community, my work, to be able to be thriving in the world instead of barely surviving. And I know that there's many of you listening that know things could get better, and there's many listening that think that it can't get better. But I can tell you that it can absolutely get better. There's so many things that you can do that are supportive to your sensitive system. And I talk a lot about that in my podcast and in my blog and things like that. So if you're only going to do one thing to take a step on, I kind of think about self-care as being like taking steps on a ladder, and we keep getting higher to the point where we can actually thrive. And there's things that we can do that support that. And everything that you do is that is intentional and conscious to try to support yourself through this right now in a healthy way is very meaningful. Every little thing that you do. If you're practicing, I created a bunch of free meditations that are for HSPs. Many people have shared with me that they find meditation hard because they can't turn their brain off. So I've created guided meditations that help you focus a little bit more. A lot of them are almost like getting a chance to visit nature with me, because I do a lot of guided meditations that have visualizations in nature, which are so effective for the HSP brain. And I teach a lot of the methods that are helpful. Breath exercises, breath method that you can do that supports yourself when you're feeling highly stressed. You take a in-breath for the count of 4, hold it for 2, exhale for 7. The exhale is long and slow, and this actually sends a signal to your brain to start calming, to send out calming messages instead of the stress messages. And it's so fascinating because that's about the brain, that you cannot activate, so if you're activating your calming centers intentionally through certain things that you can do, you are deactivating your stress centers in the brain. And I find that to be incredible that you can do that. I mean, it's amazing that we have some kind of control. That was a big thing for me as somebody with such high sensitivity. I felt like I was going to be out of control, that I just couldn't control things that were going on. I couldn't control my emotions. I was all over the place. And it was just really an aha moment to start learning about the brain, that there are things that you can do that really support. It's just like building a muscle. You can build certain muscles in the brain that support yourself and actually can reduce the challenges of sensitivity and access more of your gifts. Just incredible. So a lot of people ask me, which course do I take first? Because I have 2 courses right now. Online courses, self-paced. You can take them at your own pace. And you also get access to my sensitive empowerment community. And I'm there every day supporting you. So the first one, brain training for the highly sensitive person, techniques to reduce anxiety and overwhelming emotions. That's a great course to take if you are really struggling with anxiety, if you have a hard time managing your stress and you're feeling kind of like an emotional roller coaster that's out of control. It is amazing to hear from HSPs who took that course. A lot of people say that within the first week or 2, they already notice the difference and start to feel better, because we're doing brain training skills that do feel better right away. Then the second course I would recommend taking after you've taken the brain training course is my new course, Blooming Brilliantly, Understanding and Loving Who You Are as a Sensitive Person. This is going to give you some more advanced skills after the brain training experience that teach you how to create boundaries, that teach you how to protect your energy. And and there's just so much stuff in there. So I have a lot of information on my website, so you can go to hspcourse.com to read about both the courses. And I have a special sale right now if you buy both courses, because I know that it's incredibly needed. And there's even a money back guarantee on these courses. That's how confident I am in them, because I've already seen thousands of HSPs find benefit in these courses. So it's just really worth it. And to be able to accomplish your goals in life, even if you're a sensitive person, I mean, you're needed in the world, you're very valuable. And we just have to learn how to balance a sensitive nervous system to bring out those gifts. So I hope some of this was helpful for you guys. I definitely recommend signing up for my newsletter. If you're only gonna do one thing, sign up for my newsletter. It's free, and every week I send out an email to you that will support you for that week. So it's almost like every week you get some sort of support. So it's like, okay, do these things for this week, and then the next time do these things for this week, and you're really going to build up a high level of skill and being able to take care of yourself as a sensitive person, and support yourself so that you can thrive too. If I can do it, you could do it. Because I used to be in bad shape. So to be able to be a psychotherapist helping others in the world, to create classes, to write books, to run my community, to do all these things, it really would not be possible if I hadn't have taught myself these same skills. So if you're suffering at all, please give yourself a gift and check these things out. You can find everything on sensitiveconnection.com. That's my website that will give you everything. If you want to take the free sensitivity quiz, that will automatically sign you up for the newsletter. So that's an easy way to do it. So hope you guys are taking really good care of yourself, and know that you are valuable and needed in the world. And there are so many things that can help lift you up in the world to really be who you want to be. And we need you to be thriving. So take good care of yourselves out there.